Yeah, man, it's your boy Frankie, you know, man. We're here for a special episode of Force to Win podcast. Shout out to my homegirl Leticia and Jay. We got the Lover Jenny Boom Boom. My guy Big Vic.
Very happy
You know
to
what
be
I'm
here.
saying? You know?
No one has ever said I was lovely ever.
Yes.
Now one time, Frank.
Yes, the Lover Jenny Boom Boom. My guy Big Vic. You know? Bad Marriage for Life podcast in the motherfucking building.
Yes.
We talking crazy.
Yes.
We talking spicy because the only one and only is Jenny. She's
Jenny.
here.
She got
She
listen.
talks spicy.
She got a mouth on her.
You know what I'm saying?
The last 10 minutes I just sit here, I'm like, did she just say that?
I feel like I'm being victimized.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I
You know
need
what I'm
your
saying?
confidence.
You set the tone.
What is happening?
You set the tone. You set the tone. You feel me?
DCF about to show up my house like she's an unfit mother. She's unfit.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. You definitely are a personality. That's what I'm
Man,
saying.
we got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
No, you definitely are a personality. You definitely got a personality. You got a whole vibe and a whole
Oh, thank you. I
everything
appreciate
about
that.
you.
Thank
Your
you.
mouth is unfiltered, so
That's what we like.
that's what we like.
Okay.
That's
Well,
what
boy,
we
you
need.
cursed tonight, guys.
I guess so. I'm gonna lose all my endorsements tonight.
Doing the big dog style, big endorsements and all that, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you can ask me anything. Go ahead. Go for it.
No. We just gonna, you know, we gotta get the origin. People who don't know you, you know what I'm saying? We gotta understand what's going on.
I want to say first and foremost, I've never been interviewed ever by anyone.
Really?
Huh?
Your first
Except for news channels.
Okay.
Like
News
we've been
channels.
on a press run for our Bad Marriage for Life podcast,
Yes.
and we've been doing nonstop entertainment channels, news channels, like TV stations.
Oh, okay.
So I've never, not one time, been interviewed by a podcast, or people ask me all the time, and I'm like, no.
Really?
Wow.
So what makes us so special?
Well, Vic was the one that agreed
Oh,
to this.
okay. Well, thank you,
My
Vic.
guy,
Thank you.
Vic.
I definitely. Come on, man. I love Frank. I'm no.
Different.
Yeah. Come on. I know Frank very
You know,
long time.
you knew before I could even get in the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You knew before I could even get in the club. That's what
Oh
you knew.
man,
You know what I'm saying? So,
So, back when he was running with DJ Scoop.
I'm still running with DJ Scope. Get that correct.
No, yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm still running with Scope.
Scope bunch you up, brother.
Yeah, I'm still running with Scope.
You know what I'm saying? I witnessed all of that. You know, coming up from the Bronx, like she said. You know, back when me and DJ Craig G, just for history. You know, I was Craig's driver at the beginning, and then I became his manager after a while, and we used to do a lot of parties in Connecticut. And stuff, Ball with No Name, things like that. We used to, and then on Friday, like I run at one point, we would come up on a Thursday. Craig is from Harlem. I'm from the Bronx. We would come up on a Thursday, do Pyramid. And
Yeah, come here, Pyramid. I remember Pyramid.
Vibes Uptown.
That's
you know
Vibes
what I'm
Uptown
saying?
now.
Your pyramid 3 nights a week.
Yeah, shout
That's
out
in
to
Hartford for y'all don't know who's ever watching. That's in Hartford.
Hartford, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gator over there. And then Friday night we would drive up to Springfield and stuff with Scope and stuff, because Scope owned the club back then and stuff, you know. And then Saturday we do Ball with No Name in Hartford, and then Divvy's, which was the Elm Barber Street, which was the after hours, and then we shoot back down to New York. And so that was our routine for many years.
Many years.
Many
I used to do the infamous DJ Scope birthday party.
Yes.
That's how I met y'all. You
I
know
think
what I'm saying?
I hosted a couple of those.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's back, you know, when shit was extra
Yes.
Fun.
fun, lit.
Yes.
It was just a
Yes.
good vibe.
Yeah.
Real party vibe, you know what I'm saying? Real DJing going on, man. And this is before the turntables, you know, this is before the Seratos
yeah.
and all that. This is when we had to carry the crates. That's how I got into the game. I was carrying crates.
Yeah.
My little black
carry
ass.
crates. I refused to carry crates. Craig can tell you. They say I was.
You was the manager. You was like the boss man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wasn't the boss. It was a partner. You know what I'm saying?
You a partner, but
Craig's
you was the boss man.
Craig's a lot older than me and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Craig's a lot older than you like that? Y'all, come on.
Yes.
Come on, man.
You know what
Y'all
I'm
been my guy
saying?
Craig, like you old as dust.
That's my brother. And stuff,
No.
but he was my favorite DJ too.
Oh,
And stuff,
okay.
You know what I mean? You know, even from a kid. Kid, good.
So y'all met in NY. You know what I'm saying?
No. So yes, we did meet in New York, but I'm gonna tell you a funny story. The way me and Craig met is I went to Theodore Roosevelt High School in the Bronx and stuff. You know, at the time, Roosevelt was the third most violent high school in New York and stuff. You know, again, I grew up during the crack era and stuff. You know, on the block, Elm Place between 188th and Fordham Road. So I was able to get up out of the situation and get to college. And I went to Manhattanville College, which was in Purchase, New York, and stuff, right? Which is a private college. It was actually down the block from SUNY Purchase, which is a state college. And at the same time I was in college in Manhattanville, Mace was in college at SUNY Purchase down the block and stuff. I know because we used to mess with the same chick and stuff, you know what I'm saying, on campus back then.
Oh, yeah, throw that in there. Right now, you and Mace was messing with the same chick.
No, I didn't know him and something like that, but I
So
knew.
she was dealing both at the same time?
Okay.
We was in college.
I don't know. I feel like things are being lied. You
It
guys
was
are being lied
no.
to. I don't know.
Oh,
You wouldn't be that chick, right? You're not that chick?
We didn't know each other then.
nah, they didn't know each other then. We're gonna get into that, but yeah. So you trying? So for the record, right now, what we're saying is you went to Manhattanville College and you and Mace was dealing with the same chick.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she was like playing both of y'all.
He don't know about me, and I know about him. That was back then.
So what does dealing mean? Like, did you call her your girlfriend and he called her a girlfriend, or was it just like you both fucking the same
Y'all
bitch?
just smashing.
College.
Yeah.
Smashing. You got that?
So we don't gotta go deep into that anyway. And so, you know what I'm saying? So to move on, so at the time there was a girl on campus named Lunette Holmes and stuff. You know, Lulu. Everybody called her. She's from Brooklyn, New York. She was like, when I came in, she was a junior. I was a freshman, but she took me on some little brother shit. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and I understood it. And at that time, Craig started dating Lulu and stuff. You know what I mean? So Craig would be in Lulu's dorm room all the time.
I never heard this story. Okay?
Yes.
I never heard this story.
Yeah, so I
Shout out to
would
Lulu. If you watching Lulu, shout out to you.
Right.
You were just with her the other day.
Oh, Lulu's still around. She wasn't.
I tried to get her and Craig back together, but he didn't.
Yeah, we did. Like
He's not doing the correct steps in order to make it happen.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know. I thought Craig was like
Craig was married.
He was the one that got away.
This is bad marriage for life. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Are we trying to make more bad marriages? Are we trying to like put marriages together? I don't know.
This is a long time ago.
No, but she's talking about saying now, like she's trying to get back together now. That's what Jenny just said. I don't know.
I'm trying to date Craig too.
Yes,
Y'all all fucking me up.
We call Craig Jerry Seinfeld. He always got 10 girls. 10 girls.
Dang, y'all messing me up. I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. I don't know.
All over the place.
All right, so keep going, man. Keep going.
So I would go over to her dorm room all the time and hang out with Craig and stuff, and we became friends. It had nothing to do with him being a DJ, because again, I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up between Kid Capri was up the block and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Doo-Wop was one of my best friends. Rest in peace to my brother Quam and stuff. Him and Doo-Wop lived in the same building and stuff. I used to hang out there. Doo-Wop actually, when I was in high school, he used to have a place called the Wop Shop and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Brothers used to go out and play. He used to sell his mixtapes, and we used to play pool and things like that. You know what I'm saying, back then. So anyway, and then Ron G and stuff. A lot of my people from over on Prospect Ave and Boston Road, they, shout out to the Coleman brothers. Rest in peace to my brother Jack and stuff. You know what I mean? They was cool with Ron G. I used to be in the Ron G parties, like, I'm talking like Ron G in one bedroom DJing, and me in the living room, and like the ceiling feeling like it's about to, you know what I'm saying, drop through, that type of thing. So those were my DJs. You know what I'm saying? Craig is from Harlem. Yeah, Craig G, SNS or whatever, stuff like that. Great down there, but I got some Bronx. I got Kid Capri and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I mean? So when we started hanging out in the dorms, and I'm like, oh, he make mixtapes too or whatever and stuff like that. And I started listening. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I knew of Craig and SNS. They already had it. You know what I'm saying? Reputation, but I'm like, oh shit, this kid got some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He got something, whatever. So then it became just when that new mixtape coming out, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and then me going shooting down to Harlem and grabbing the tape, and you know what I'm saying, and DJ P Nice or whatever stuff, who was his partner very, very, very long time in the studio. Like I knew Craig before Craig had his studio was just his bedroom and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then when he got the apartment to himself, he took over the whole apartment and turned that into the studio. And P Nice used to be in there, him, and I'm talking about overnight and so many people, you know what I'm saying, coming up in that art, so many artists coming up in that apartment, and I was a fly on the wall, and a lot of
like DMX was there.
Right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these situations.
A lot of history.
Yeah, a lot of history.
That's what we like to talk about for some podcast.
Right,
yeah, you know, so but it was because we all loved hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? We love the music. I've always been about the music and how it makes you feel. You know what I mean? And the history of it, and the parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The parties. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine? Like, you know, I'm not a DJ.
Yeah.
And stuff, but I respect the DJ so much because you were taking two turntables of music and you were like projecting it out into the audience, and you're making people do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Based off of how you're playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the selection.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the feeling that you're giving them, like, that's like priceless. So I respected that. I mentioned Kid Capri earlier. I've been to parties with Kid Capri in the park.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I've been to parties with doo-wop, you know what I'm saying? Bounce Squad, all of that and stuff, you know, in the park, you know, things like that. So with Craig, it was just more just like with Craig, it was more like just a friendship that developed, and he also DJ'd, and the motherfucker's nice and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So then I remember one night, and I'm in my dorm room, and Lulu called me. I'm still in college. She done graduated, and she's like, "Hey, Craig needs a ride down to Jersey, South Jersey." And stuff, right? And on a Saturday, I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you had a car when you was there? Yeah, you got a car to Bronx.
Yeah, I had a car. No, I'm living on campus. I'm living on campus and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And in college, I'm living on campus. So I didn't have a car. Hell no, I didn't have a car in the Bronx. And so I grew up on the D train and shit, the 4 train, the 2, and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The number 12 bus that goes to City Island and shit, you know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I mean? And so no, I didn't get a car until I got to college. I got a black Ford Explorer and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That was my first joint, and that's because I worked for Enterprise Car Rental, you know what I'm saying? While I was in camp in White Plains, on White Plains Road, Terrytown Road, and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I worked there my senior year of college because my classes was in the evening, and I figured I could work full time there and get benefits, and you know what I'm saying, all that shit. So I bought my first car from Enterprise Car Sales or whatever and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That black Ford Explorer, boy, did some things.
You're hanging out with Mace's girlfriend. Like, I'm gonna impress her with this shit.
So okay.
Yeah, so go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, he and Craig started working together, and then they met me. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's how Top Floor came together.
No. Top Floor was way before me.
Top Floor was before even that?
That was SNS. That was Craig.
Oh, so SNS was down with Top Floor?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm thinking Top Floor was straight Craig. And
Craig was originally he did like all dance hall and reggae.
Yeah.
He never played hip hop. He was that person in those parties, but then eventually it evolved into hip hop.
Right. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Craig and SNS started together on that. So, and it was Craig's manager back then was Big June and stuff.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah. So they used to see that on the mixtapes back in the day.
Yeah. Big June. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Good brother and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But June was about his business and stuff. You know, and and he had Craig and he had SNS at the same time. And stuff, you know what I mean? I came later down the line. Again, that was my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. I'm in college. I got other shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So he called, and I'm gonna wrap this part up. You know, is that she called me, and I was like, all right, I got you, and I drove him down to Atlanta. To South Jersey or whatever, and we did that party. It was in a church, an old abandoned church. And
not the church.
No, it was old abandoned church. I never forget. And so it was an old abandoned church. The DJ booth was on like the second floor of the altar. That's where Craig was at, and the dance floor was down there in South Jersey. I can't remember the name of the spot, but it was crazy. You know what I mean? And then from there I went back to college or whatever, and then later on again it turned from me just I need a ride here, I need a ride there, till one time we was in Atlanta and the promoter was acting funny. And I found out Craig took us all the way down there without getting a deposit, and I was very upset. So, you know what I'm saying? So
he was like basically a road manager.
So at that point, I was just a driver.
The road manager.
But in Atlanta, I became the manager and stuff like that because I did some things to make sure that we was okay down there after a situation that he put together.
Headlocks and shit.
Yeah.
No,
never that. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bronx. I'm from an area before, you know what I'm saying? We could talk. We could do this too, but we could talk this and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm quick with it.
Yeah. You're a fast talker. You was a fast talker. Okay, you was a fast talker.
3-car Molly crew and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, a lot of things. I grew up in the Bronx during the crack era.
Yeah, we got it. We said it for sure.
Jenny be on.
Jenny be like, all right.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm sorry, we've been together for over 20 years. I've heard all these stories 8,000 times.
No doubt. I'm learning new stuff about, the whole situation with Vic.
No, I'm not saying
I didn't know none of this.
Right.
I'm not saying No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I didn't buy it. Got you understand though. I understand. It's all redundant.
She's like,
I've heard all these stories.
Yeah, it's all repetitive.
Goddamn it, and shit
All
like that.
redundant, all repetitive.
She's like, get back to the podcast. Bad marriage for life.
Okay. Now,
So
we got it. Now we skip over to Jenny. Let's get Jenny's origins before Vic. Let's get Jenny before Vic.
Okay. Well, I got my first period at 11.
Oh my gosh.
But I did.
She was always a safer.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I do remember though that I had a sleepover.
Oh, okay.
And it was my birthday, and I told all my friends, and then I regretted it.
Oh, God.
Oh, they went to school and told you up?
I think they told other people, because I was like the first one in the group to get a period.
Right.
And so when I told, I was like, oh my God, I got my period.
So it was like a Carrie situation?
And, well, no, but I just was telling and sharing with my friends, but them bitches, they went back and told people and stuff, and so I realized I need to be a little guarded, but you would think, on the radio, I'm never guarded, but I'm a little guarded, but. So, do you want to know how we met, or, okay.
No.
Where did you start your career?
My career? Okay, I used to be a professional dancer, not a pole dancer, though I gave much respect to all those females out there.
Yes.
They're very strong, they can climb the pole. But no, I was a real dancer. I grew up in the studio, I used to compete, I taught dance, I loved music, and I had my first child at the age of 17, and I danced for a little while after that, but I actually ended up being a DJ.
Oh.
Huh?
So,
He was a DJ.
So I worked at a place called High Tone Records, and I used to bootleg Craig's mixtapes. Craig knows this. Me and Craig have had these conversations. I think I owe him.
I used to bootleg Craig shit too.
Craig should be
I used
sitting
to buy the
here.
Russian studio, but I used to
Craig should definitely be sitting here with us. That's my water.
So basically at the DJ shop.
This is Force Away podcast. Wherever it goes, it's going.
It's going. There's a lot going on right now.
Thank you, Craig.
Come on, Craig.
Jenny's talking. Let's go, Jenny.
Go some.
He does this a lot. So, at the DJ shop, I used to work at the DJ shop. I got a job there, and because I knew the people that owned it, and this was in Newport, Rhode Island. I was originally from Westchester. I moved to Rhode Island, and so I helped run a DJ shop called High Tone Records. And at the time, we used to get SNS mixtapes, Craig G mixtapes, and I basically sold those mixtapes out of the store, and we catered to DJs. And after a while, I started DJing myself with 12 inches, and I got a job around the corner.
You got a 1200s? What kind of turntable you had?
I didn't have turntables. We just used the turntables that were in the store. DJs used to come in and actually physically listen to an album. So you would play the album so they could see whether or not they wanted to purchase it.
Now, you said you was a DJ though, so I'm thinking you were a DJ.
I didn't have equipment, so let me tell you. I was taking the bus back and forth to work all the time, and I got this job around the corner at this place called The Pub, which is this place was such a dive. People would be passed out on the bar when I even went in there. And I'm talking about 9 o'clock at night. I was making $15 an hour to be a DJ in there, and I thought I was freaking rich. I thought I was rich. So I used to go in there, and one of the albums that I broke in that club at the pub was Junior Mafia, Players Anthem back in the day. But yes, that was before the Serrato, and when you had to really listen to records and not have there was no star points and nobody showing you on a screen, you know, your beats per minute. Like you had to just know it, just slow down a record, speed up the record.
Yep.
So yeah, I was a DJ for a while, and then eventually I met another DJ that worked for what was Kicks 106 in Providence at the time, and got me an interview to go up there to be an intern. And at that time, you could just be an intern; you didn't need like college credit or anything, because I wasn't in college. And they said to me when I went in there for my interview, "Will you get in your underwear to be here at this radio station?" And I go get in my underwear, and they said, "Yeah, we do breakfast in your underwear on the morning show. So will you be in your underwear on Fridays out in public?" And but you know, remember I used to dance and stuff. My body was banging.
Yes.
So I had no problem with that. I was like, I will get in my bra and underwear to be an intern on the morning show.
Why not?
And so they liked me so much they hired me, and I was a morning show intern. I used to stay through the midday, and then eventually I got like weekends months later, where I would do a shift on the weekends. And then one night, you know, he's, first of all, my PD one night surprised me before I got that and said, "You're going to be on tonight at midnight." And I was scared, bubble guts, like, oh my God. And basically, and that's when you played like, CDs in a jewel case into a machine.
Yep.
Commercials were not on a computer. You actually had to stack them up and put the carts in. And when you wanted to run a call on the radio, you had to use a reel-to-reel and record the call on the reel-to-reel, and then set it up and use chalk and cut it with a razor blade to edit it. And I think that's why today I'm so good on the radio, because with all this technology, I'm fast as hell with what I need to do all the time, because I had like real prehistoric equipment to learn on.
That taught you for the future.
So me and Buck used to be on the radio together in Providence, and we used to be on this mix show called Noise from the Underground on Saturdays, and we'd do a battle between rappers, and we would have to have that, we would record it on the reel-to-reel, and I had to go in and get rid of all the swears with the razor blade. Like you cut around it, you chalk it, cut around it. So, so eventually I ended up moving up there, and I got overnights, midnight to 6, and by then I already had 3 kids. So I never slept. I got home at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they were already up, never slept. And then eventually I moved into midday, and then I got fired. And the reason why I got fired is because the music director at the time was going to take my place and be the music director and the midday. And they had no more use for me. And so they said, you can stay on the weekends and do the mix show and you can do all that, but we're going to consolidate this shift down. And long story short, that you guys, here in Connecticut, had flipped the station.
Yes.
And my PD in Providence, me and him were cool, like really good friends, even though he had to fire me. And he said, I'm going to call and see if they maybe want to, meet you. So he called the consultant that was for this radio station named Jay Stevens, who was running WPGC at the time. And he said, overnight a cassette to me. So I had to overnight a cassette. And they called me and said, can you drive down tomorrow to Hartford, Connecticut?
Right.
And I had like this little Hyundai, and it was rickety. I don't even know how I made it down here. But as I'm driving down here from Rhode Island, I'm hearing Angie Martinez on the radio because she's being interviewed in the morning for her first album.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh shit, Angie's there. Now I had done events with Angie in Providence. We were cool. And so I'm driving down, like listening to the interview. So I come in, I'm being interviewed at the radio station. And when the interview's all done, my boss says, Angie, should we hire her? Because Angie was hanging out in the hall, and she said, absolutely.
Oh, wow, that's dope.
So I really owe my life and my career here in Connecticut to Angie Martinez.
Wow.
Because
shout out to Angie.
They called me and they said a couple days later, like, do you want to come work down here? We're going to hire you. I was originally hired from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I said, well, yeah, I don't have a job or whatever. So I was hired here in Connecticut for $25,000 a year. And I brought my 3 kids down here and my ex with me, who was not great, and set up my life in Connecticut so I could keep pursuing the radio. And how I met Buck
Oh,
Buck
shit.
came in here.
Everybody thinks I'm Buck.
Yeah. No,
Even
Buck-
my own wife.
you know
Shout
what's
out to
funny?
DJ Buck.
Shout out to DJ Buck.
What I was gonna say.
I mean,
He's the program director
Yes.
Yes.
at 92.
What I was going to say is Buck and I were on. He's on my nerves. Buck and I were on the radio together in Providence. He ended up coming a year later.
Yes.
Okay.
And he became my boss here, which is
Yeah.
funny. And me and him were friends or whatever. So, anyway, I ended up meeting Vic and Craig because I one night was hired right when I first got out here to do the jungle in Windsor, was it?
Yeah, with Wicked Productions.
With Wicked Productions, London, and yes,
DJ London.
yes, and
Yeah.
so they hired me to come out and host one night. So and I knew of Craig because of those mixtapes back in the day. So
Yes,
I was
yes,
like,
yes,
okay.
yes.
So I was sitting on a couch and he sat down next to me at the club, and
Yeah,
it
nice.
was the first club I did there. And he comes and sits down and I go, oh, you Craig? Because you have to remember,
Yes.
like, you know, there was like a little internet at the time, but it wasn't like
Right,
the internet
right,
was not
right,
popping.
right.
Like I couldn't research, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he sits down next to me. I go, you Craig G? He's like, I'm Vic.
Yes.
And so
Basically, she heard Craig was fat, and he thought me I was fat.
I never heard anyone was
She was
fat.
like, oh shit, that must be Craig, he's fat. And stuff, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Is that right?
So
Craig pops around the corner like, nigga, you talking about me?
so Vic ended up giving me a bag of weed that night.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I was like-
I remember that part.
He ended up giving me a bag of
Legal
weed.
now. It's legal now. You're all right.
He ended up giving me a bag of weed, and
I don't want no old shit coming back.
he said to me that night, he's like, will you marry me?
Yes, I did.
That same night, give it back a week.
Yeah.
Me,
He's
and
like-
me and DJ P Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You marry me.
My eyelashes
And
falling
I
off.
had
I'm
a
about to
great time
cry.
that night, but that was the last time he said that shit till last fucking January. That's fucked up, right?
I didn't say
So-
when. I didn't say when. You know what I'm saying?
didn't say when. I give the Pacific. So be cool. In other words.
But the spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Be cool. In other words.
I felt the energy, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
You just
Whatever.
knew that. How
Yeah,
many
I
years
knew
ago was that?
Yeah, you know what it
We've been
was.
together 23 years.
Yeah.
But how many years before the 23 years did you guys meet?
That is
No, we've been together 23
So,
years.
so from the day he gave you the bag of weed, you guys been together?
So no.
Okay, so that's what I
I
want
was
to know.
still with my ex, but yes, I was fucking him.
Oh.
And
Oh yeah. So I.
Jenny!
I was having a good old time.
Yeah,
with
because I watched one of the episodes and you broke that down.
Yes.
And you admitted you were like, you know what? I was still in the house with your ex.
Right.
But you was creeping.
because he was.
You was
like,
creeping with.
Yeah. So my ex had a substance abuse problem, and he was very abusive to me. And he still continued to be abusive because he owes me $170,000 in back child support.
Wow.
So he's
Yeah,
abusive.
he's ducking.
And he's been ducking for years.
He rode Dolo from
So,
state to state.
yes, he does. So basically, me and him got up with each other because we were friends at first, but you know, we get along. We was messing around with each other.
You was vibing.
Yeah. So he was still in the house, and then I remember one time, like me and Vic had been out all day, and I had just got a new winter coat at the Gap, right? And I get home, and then he oh my God, he was so abusive. He took grape jelly and dumped it all over my coat and rubbed it into the coat. And then he took me upstairs and held a knife to my throat all night until my kids got up the next day. And so after that, I got a restraining order against him and got him out my house. But anyway, so me and Vic got up after that, and you know, it took a long time because Vic, he's out here player. You know what I'm saying? Vic, Look at Craig.
I was watching the episode. You was breaking this down somewhat. You know what I'm saying? You was talking about how when you was first talking to Vic, you didn't know if he really liked you or not because you was giving too many. Vic was it was too much in and out, too much signs.
There was a lot going on because he was living in the Bronx. He was living in the Bronx. He was coming back and forth.
Living in the Bronx.
You know what I'm saying? So I was treated like a side chick, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But,
Nah, never. It was love from first sight. Come on, girl.
and then Craig a few times told me some shit about Vic.
I was about to get to that.
Craig exposed Vic a couple times.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Craig was trying to move in early too.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So Craig was hating. Craig was trying to throw dirt in the net early.
Jenny too.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Craig, you gotta defend yourself. Craig, you gotta defend yourself, Craig.
Craig was cock-blocking like a motherfucker.
Oh shit. Craig was trying to get the Jenny. You trying to get that Jenny?
Yes.
You trying to get that boom boom?
Jenny got the boom boom for real, y'all.
Oh
Craig used to call me and be like, Jenny, this is Craig. And I'd be like, what's up, Craig? He'd be like this. I'd be in my kitchen cooking for my kids and stuff. He's like, but Craig liked to talk about Craig. And Jenny likes to talk about Jenny. So it can't work out that way. Because if me and Craig are in a relationship, we're talking about ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not going to,
Right.
I'm a great listener.
He's a great listener.
So that's crazy because.
But they were trying to
Craig,
they were trying to tag team me.
Trying to get him, was you ever trying to get with Lulu or something? They trying to get you back or something? Like,
Yes, you did not get with Lulu.
was you trying to get
When
you
he
back?
first met her, yes.
Y'all motherfuckers is
No.
Was you trying to?
No. That was before.
Because I'm trying to understand in my right mind. Why would Craig throw fault and try to do you out like that?
Let me.
That wasn't boys.
Hold on. Wait. Let me clear up the Lulu situation. Okay, all right.
Because Jenny still thinks that you're trying to get.
That's my sister.
No, I don't think it anymore.
Not anymore, but back in the day you thought he was?
He was now. That's cool.
No.
No, not now. But after hold on.
I'm good.
Nah, y'all engaged.
Anyway, basically, Lulu is like my big sister. Whatever. But when we first met, I did have a crush on her.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But again, you know what I'm saying? I stayed in brother, big sister mode or whatever stuff. You know what I'm saying? Never cross or whatever. So with Craig, with her, whatever stuff like that, you know, Craig just couldn't afford Lulu and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like she had very expensive taste. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of dodged the bullet because I always stayed in little brother mode with it. You know what I'm saying?
But you never. So my question, you never told Lulu like, yeah, Craig was with me yesterday.
No.
None of this nonsense.
Okay.
So you ain't do to him like Craig did to you.
Yeah, Craig was definitely doing that.
Oh, Craig was doing that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, Craig, you're not denying it. Craig, you are not denying it. That's the problem.
We different somewhere.
All right.
You know, we different.
Craig, you have anything to say for yourself? No. Okay, that's fine.
Craig is like, no, I'm staying far away from this. Okay, so
Craig was trying hard. Like Craig, and right now this second, Craig has been acting a little bit funny because I'm getting married to Vic.
Yes.
And I said to him on the air the other day. No.
Craig, you don't want to come defend yourself?
Craig, you don't have to defend yourself, brother.
No microphone.
Come on, we set it up to where you can come sit.
Next to him.
Yeah,
my microphone picks up everything.
That's it.
What are you talking about?
Yes, Craig.
Mr. Moore, sit down.
Damn.
Let me fix my boobs. Craig's here.
Fix the boobs.
Oh man, this is crazy. Hold on. All right, so keep going.
This
Keep
is
going.
like Maury, like, okay,
You are. Okay.
All right, so keep going, Jen. So Jenny was saying.
So yes, so Craig used to call me, but he wanted to date me. Yes, of course. And so
Of course.
Craig, did you want to date her at this point in time?
You hear this, so?
Listen, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When me and Vic first met Jenny,
you both liked me.
Yeah.
You both
Yes,
liked
they
her.
both liked me.
Okay.
New York, we
That's my brother, but we, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
We was looking at
Wait. You're from New York, so you're looking for
me and him figured it out. Like, I needed the job.
Yes.
He wanted the woman.
Sure. Okay.
I needed the job.
Yeah.
Let's get cool with Jenny. She's on the radio. We're gonna pimp this shit New York style. He go for the buns. I'm going for the funds. I'm trying to get on the radio.
One time you went to the mixtape awards.
Just those.
Yes. And so Vic brought some other girl with him to mixtape awards. You did because you know how I knew that? Because Craig told me that shit. Craig came back and told me that shit.
Oh, Craig told you.
Yes.
Craig told a show like, yo.
Yes.
Damn.
So Craig, did you?
Craig, were you doing this to your man like that?
She was our friend.
I understand, but was you throwing this man under the bus?
Man, she was our friend, right?
All right.
Wait. Did you think by telling her these things that you was gonna get her?
I
Yes.
thought she was a gullible girl. You know what I mean?
So you was hating on Vic.
Wait, she from upstate New York.
Okay.
I'm from Westchester. This is Yonkers. That's not upstate.
They consider that upstate.
Upstate is upstate. Okay.
That's Westchester. It's quoting on
Yes,
Westchester.
yes.
It's different over there.
It's one town over from Yonkers. Okay.
Bill Clinton lived over there. You know what I mean?
Me and Bill were hanging out. Yeah.
Craig is from 129th in Harlem, in Convent and stuff, you know what I mean? Exactly, if you've seen the movie Juice, and stuff. Where Tupac fell off the building, that's Craig's building.
Okay.
And stuff, you know what I mean? So,
He's detailed with it.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all of that and stuff. You know what I mean? But
Sugar Hill was there.
Yeah, Sugar Hill.
Damn, so
Wesley Snipes, all that.
my man Craig. So according to Jenny,
Yeah, according to Jenny.
according to Jenny's files, Craig was throwing real shade on my guy.
Yes.
Big shade.
I'm trying to get the job.
The
You're
biggest.
just trying to get the
I'm
job.
trying 23.
I understand we're trying to get the job. I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
would do anything to get the job.
so so you throw shade on your boy, everything.
But hold on. Were you telling this guy like, yo, I told Jenny this, you know?
No, we didn't
Oh,
say
you didn't get it right? You wasn't like,
Isn't that deep? Don't listen.
that shit was causing issues. That shit was causing issues.
it was causing issues?
Yes. Because I said to him, I go, who is this person that you brought with you to the mixtape awards? He's like, oh, no, it was nothing. See, it was causing issues.
Oh, yeah, I don't even remember that
So
shit.
did you tell Jenny, yo? You tell me, yo, Vic brought a girl with him he brought a date.
Man, who cares? Man, we don't.
Oh,
All right. So now fast
all right,
forward.
that's very okay, because Craig want to leave it alone.
When do you come
know what I'm saying?
on? When do you get on the show? How do you get on the radio with them?
2001 May, I got hired,
Yes.
and Jenny and I did the midday, and Jenny and I went to 5 o'clock, and
You've been on the radio for 28,
Yes.
20
Yeah.
years.
23 years now.
23. This
in
is
April.
23rd year.
But how did you get on the radio?
Did you give him the alley oop to get on the radio?
Yeah, that's what I'm about
Did
to
you
say.
help?
I mean, I guess a little bit, but he's Craig G's a legend.
Yeah,
he doesn't
Craig-
need my
He doesn't
co-sign.
need your cosign, but like,
I
do you,
still had to do a demo.
right,
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
By law, I had to do a demo, and I got.
But I mean, it was, you know, what was so funny is like, even when I was in Rhode Island, my PD, Jerry McKenna at the time, was like, I bet you Craig G's going to be on the radio there. Buck was saying that too, because he was still in Rhode Island, remember? So I got let go, but he was still on that station.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I bet it's going to be like Craig G up there, whatever. So when I got out here, you wasn't on there yet. But I was like I guess I want to say first person hired to that station.
Right.
Because it was like, well, Nancy and JD were in the morning. I got hired first, and then Kid Fresh got hired like right after me. Yeah.
So when we got on, rest in peace to Curdy Cut.
Yeah, Curdy was on there at the time.
Right, but then
who was my first baby's father's cousin, who I used to date, and that's how I met Buck. That's
Jenny.
Yes. So Curdy,
Jenny, what's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, Jenny.
She got her own son.
But yeah, so Curdy was my first baby father cousin, and I used to go up to Curdy's apartment after I broke up my first baby father to be like, fuck you to him. But anyway, but Buck was living with Curdy at the time, and that's how I met Buck, and I was like 18 years old. So I've been knowing Buck for over 30 years. Yeah.
Very long time.
Yep.
You know, so that's it. But the station, Craig used to be on a station, on an AM station called Jams 910.
Yeah.
And stuff before the station flipped. He used to do the mixtape in the house and in the studio in Convent, and then we used to drive it down to the post office on what was it, on
34th Street,
34th.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, because it closed at midnight and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we used to overnight the mix or whatever stuff, so they could play it up to Hartford.
5 days a week.
I know you look very young.
Yeah.
No,
We didn't have any technology like
I'm
we do now.
I'm in my 40s.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Oh, shit. You don't look like it.
I am. Thank you, though. Thank you.
So
Thank
every
you.
night we had to go to the post office, ship it overnight, ship it to Connecticut, and they would play it on the air 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
The show was called Midnight Rush. And then I was already making noise in Connecticut before 93.7 came.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So then, like, So back to that night when we all met or whatever stuff. You know what I mean? And we was like, okay, trying to find, how do we get to this, get Craig on this FM station or whatever, And then it was on Franklin Grinder. And stuff, on
Franklin Avenue, Giant Grinder.
And stuff like that. We met a lady from the sales staff. I can't remember.
That's in Hartford, right? The friend you talking about, right? Yeah, yep.
It was Kathy.
No, it wasn't Kathy. It was another lady and stuff, that we met and stuff. And she just happened to be in the sales staff there. And we got her contact information, and that's how we started the path over there. So we got to Victor Starr, who was the original PD when the station flipped before Buck came down from Rhode Island, and like Craig said, put together his demo. I put together Craig's the package and stuff, you know, the bio who is Craig G and stuff, you know what I mean, and we got it to the right people, and the day of Craig's interview on the station, it was me, Craig G and Victor Starr and stuff, you know what I'm saying, sitting in, on the couches and stuff right there in that station, and then we went from there, and it started from it was Craig. It was Craig G.
Yo, this is about to be an episode. I'll tell you that much.
Something just happened on camera. We're having a discussion.
Look, take my reaction alone.
We're gonna be silent about it. Anyway.
Yo, you gotta laugh.
So anyway, when the station started, it was Craig G, it was DJ Drake, it was KG, and it was Clinton Sparks and stuff. Those were the four.
Look at you remembering.
Those were the four DJs, and then on Jenny's show, Jenny was doing 10 to 3 at the time. So the play
10 in the morning?
Yeah.
10 in the morning till 3 p.m.
10 in the morning till 3 p.m. So the play was on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. DJ KG would do the 12 would be the DJ, and then Craig would come. We'd come up from New York on Thursday or whatever, and then Craig would do Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday night and stuff. You know what I'm saying? From 9 to 11 before we went to the club and stuff. You know what I mean? And that was the play. That was the play for a very long time. You know. But like I said before, like on Friday nights we used to drive up to Springfield and stuff. You know what I mean? To hang out with my brother DJ Scope. Go to the building inside somewhere. You know. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know what I mean? So he showed us a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? Craig introduced me. You know what I'm saying? Craig knew him before, obviously. You know. So, but it's been love ever since. You know?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so me and Vic got up with each other.
Yes, we got up with each other.
The sex was amazing.
Yeah, sex was amazing. You know, stretch a lot.
I watched the episode. You was like, well, you know, you never dealt with big guys like that, so you was kind of skeptical.
Yeah.
But then you said,
yeah, well, he was the fattest person I ever had.
Yes,
oh
you said
my God.
And so, but no, he was the fattest person I ever had sex with.
Craig was his partner.
Yeah,
he said, oh God, we done put down some chicken and some steak. We talking about steak earlier, right? And said, you know what I'm saying? I want to eat some shit.
When y'all was in Boston, you go to play?
Yeah, yo, that road is a motherfucker.
So you said you went to Boston a lot. Then when you went to Boston, did you eat a lot of Slade's? Did you have Slade's chicken? No?
Nah, a little bit.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I was on the company dime up there. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they that coffee the card or something.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
So now y'all got a podcast called Bad Marriage.
Yeah.
Bad Marriage for Life.
Bad Marriage for Life. What made you start that?
Okay, so basically during COVID, we were hearing about all these couples that are breaking up, or like just realizing at that time that, you know, this is the person I live with, I'm married to, I have to be with them 24/7. People learned a lot about each other during that time period where they're stuck in the house together. And so we started this podcast on IG Live, which took off. People loved it. We just got on and started talking honestly about our relationship. And, you know, Vic got emotional a couple times and walked off the set.
But you guys are not married, not yet.
No.
You guys are engaged, fiance.
Yeah, so like we have 5 kids together.
All right,
like
let me tell the story.
Okay, bring it up.
Okay, relax. Calm down. Okay.
damn,
So,
all back.
yes.
I'm here too, buddy.
Yeah. So basically, we started the podcast, and I mean the IG Live, and people kept saying, you need a podcast, you should do a podcast.
Right.
What we actually did, and a lot of people don't know this, but for a year, we actually shot a reality show.
Yes, we did.
Called Bad Marriage for Life. And if you're wondering how we even got that title, it's from when Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were having their red table talk. And at the very end, where she had sex with August Alsina and admitted it to Will Smith, and he was crying and all this shit. At the very end, instead of saying Bad Boys for Life, they said Bad Marriage for Life. So I took that and we trademarked it, and we own it.
Boom.
So basically, people kept asking for a podcast, and after we spent almost a year filming this reality show, and we've been trying to sell it or whatever, our producer said, let's get the podcast going, and that's the thing that has now taken off to where everywhere we are, everywhere we go, even when we're in New York at the K-Slay street naming, people come up to us, they tell us how much they love this podcast. And the reason why, what sets it apart, is nothing is dressed up. Yes. Meaning, like, we're not giving relationship advice because we have no idea what the fuck we're doing here. And we've been together for 23 years.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yes, but we've had a lot of ups and downs in this relationship. It's been grueling at times. We have broken up at times. We have cheated. There's been fights and just a lot. It's been a lot over the years, and we chose to stay together after a lot has happened, pretty much for the sake of our children. Yes. I'm not going to lie about that, and we've both second guessed that many times. But as time went on, we were able to forgive each other, work on our relationship together, and now we're in a really good place. And yes, we did get engaged last year, and I'm excited about that new chapter in our lives. We're both in our 40s. Yes. And we're both getting married for the first time, yes. At this stage in our life. But a lot of couples, what happens is they meet, they get married, and then they go through all the shit. We've gone through all our shit, and now we're getting married, and we've made that choice to stay together. Yes. But yes, our podcast is, like I said, grueling, honest, raw. We're real life, and that's why I think people gravitate towards it. They stopped me, like even the other day I was out in New London, and this young lady walked up to me and said, "I love your podcast." I was at the Crystal Mall, and she said, my name is Sasha, and I love your podcast, and please keep going with it. And we hear that sentiment a lot because I think people need to hear that shit is not perfect. Right. You have a lot of couples on the internet looking great, they're amazing, beautiful, they got their filters on, talking about and giving relationship advice. But most people don't have any idea how to have a relationship, especially when you don't have role models showing you what a healthy relationship is. My mother and father had a bad relationship. Vic grew up in his mother's house without a father. His father was like down the street his whole life,
15 minutes away,
and never came to see him. And he left when he was 4. So we don't know what we're doing in this relationship. We have no idea. It's kind of like you're blindly going into something, and you think you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you have no idea what you're doing. Right. And because of that, we've made so many mistakes. It's been hard over the years. We go to therapy. We're doing much better with that. It helps with our fighting because I'm the type of person, like, I don't let anyone get the best of me. So if you think you got the last word in, you didn't. Like, I'm literally gonna get in my car and I'm gonna follow your ass down the highway. I'm gonna be I'm fucking O.J. Simpson. I'm in the fucking white Bronco. Okay. But my point being, I'm gonna get in the car and follow you because you can't get the last word in. That's who I am as a person, right? I don't know how. He's the type of person that in the middle of a fight will mic drop it, walk out, get in his car and leave. We don't know what. Yeah.
So he's more nonchalant.
He's not nonchalant. No, hell no. Vic will say whatever he needs to say, and then he'll walk out, leaving me sitting here like.
I hate bullet points. I'm in the bullet points. Boom, 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 boom. Because of this, you did that, this, that. That's why I'm saying fuck you. Yeah.
One of the techniques we have now learned through our therapist is we have like a safe word. No one else can know it. Yeah. So if we're arguing, one of us say the safe word, we have to leave each other for an hour, and then come back after the hour. Both people have to come back, and if someone needs more time, you say, I need more time, and it's 20 minutes.
Yes.
So we have those types of skills that we're now putting into our relationship, which is helping greatly. But yeah, that's what our podcast is about. We don't know what we're doing, and most people don't.
Most people don't.
How long have you been seeing a therapist?
We actually just started because we pushed back our wedding a year, so that was one of the things that we said we need to do. We need to see a therapist because just because you're engaged or you have a certain amount of kids or have a house and stuff, people are constantly changing. Their lives change, their emotions change, their bodies change, right? Like I'm going through menopause right now. I'm a fucking bitch. Like I am. I am. Like when you.
he ad-libbed that. He ad-libbed like a motherfucker. He ad-libbed that one.
You don't know where to put the thermostat at, goddammit. 1 minute it's on fucking 60 and shit. So 70, you gotta go like that. It's very thin. You gotta be patient with it. Ice is on deck.
Yes, I'm like this. People are constantly changing, so sometimes you need somebody that can intervene. And the only thing that I have to say about really that too is that I feel like we really waited way too long to be in with a therapist because I feel like we've fought a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when you in relationships and you got children involved,
yeah, like we feel guilty about
23
that.
years.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
Yeah, so you got it. So again, like when like Jenny said earlier, when I met her, she, you know what I'm saying, she already had 3 children, but those are my children. I raised them since they were younger, or whatever. But as far as we had 2 biological together and stuff, you know what I'm saying. But we always tried to treat all 5 as a whole and stuff.
As you should.
You know what I mean? And that,
as you should.
But as you're growing up and then you're managing a house full of children or whatever and stuff, you know, you're not gonna always agree on the parenting strategy and stuff. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And you know, and I have some ways that I think shit should go, and she got some ways things that she thinks things can go. And in the meantime, you got the children there in the middle with their own, you know, agendas or whatever, stuff like that, and mix that up.
That are okay with us not getting along.
Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Because they're gonna get what they want.
Regardless.
You know what I'm saying? And
you have to understand too, like Vic is the main caregiver for the children.
Yeah.
I'm not the main caregiver. I've never have been. He's the one when they're sick. He takes care of them.
Yeah.
You know, when they're throwing up, he's holding back my daughter's hair. Like he's the main caregiver for the children. He has that just innately built into him, into his blood, into who he is because of who his mother and how his mother and aunts raised him. You know?
I was raised by 3 black women who migrated up from Bainbridge, Georgia. 2 that migrated to the Bronx and 1 that migrated to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I used to spend my fall, my winter, and my spring in the Bronx, and then my mother would ship me to Fort Lauderdale in the summer and stuff. You know what I'm saying, to keep me out of trouble and stuff. You know what I mean, that type of shit. So I used to spend a lot of time in Georgia. I used to play a lot of football back then. I ran track. I was terrible at track and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, them Florida boys are fast or whatever. So you know, the caregiving part. You know, the cooking and the and the taking care of you when you're sick. And you know, one of my aunts was worked at the psychiatric ward of North Central Bronx Hospital for 30 years and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is during the crack era. And so my mother, she took care of people, you know, elderly and things like that. You know, that type of thing. So they taught me these things and stuff. You know, so it just comes naturally. It comes naturally to me and stuff. You know, so it's not you're a man and you gotta be in this role, or you're a woman and you gotta be in this role. You know what I'm saying? You do what you gotta do in order to keep the progression going.
Were you the only child or the oldest child?
So I was raised, I'm the youngest or whatever. I'm my mother's only child or whatever stuff, but like I say, I was raised in a 3-story house in the Bronx or whatever on a block called Elm Place. And with my 3 cousins and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I was the youngest, but we were raised as brother and sister, that type of situation. So even though they're my 2 women and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, 2 sisters raised us as one family, because the men, like she said earlier, alluded to earlier, my father, it wasn't 4, it was more like 6 or whatever and stuff. He disappeared and he reappeared back when I was like 18, 17 in high school or whatever and stuff. And I asked him, I said, what happened to you? He said, I ran into one of your mother's friends and she told me y'all moved. That was his answer. It's up, you know what I'm saying?
And honestly, I've never met him.
Yeah, that was the art of that was, and what that taught me at that young age was that this motherfucker didn't give a fuck enough a fuck about me to give me a good lie. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
You said you've been seeing the marriage counselor for like a year now, right?
No. We just started.
Just started.
So do you think? Well, you said it, obviously. You said that it's helping a lot. Because I was going to be like, do you think it's helping a lot? Do you think if you didn't see the marriage counselor that you'd be like to shit right now?
I don't think, no. We weren't at to shit.
Okay.
It wasn't that. We just need the tools in order to be successful in this marriage. You know, it's interesting because we've been living together so long. We've been together for so long, you know, as a couple, that people are always like, I thought you were married, or what's the big deal? Why would you want to get married? Or, you know, it's no big deal for you guys, right? But it is.
Right.
To me, getting married is a lot. Meaning, like, you know, before, for instance, he would just give me money for the bills, and then I pay the bills and whatever. Now it's like we're like going to be legally binded, and it scares me. I don't like the idea of that happening, right?
Do you feel like marriage is like marketed for a young woman to want to be married? Like it's like a pedestal, like a level, or like, you know what I'm saying?
It is a level for any female, I believe. I think that women, I've always wanted to be asked to be married. It was something that, and you know, we would talk about it over the years, and I would say, but I just want to be able to experience that. Meaning, like, I want to have those experiences before I die. To me, that it was important to me, and I love them, right? but there are definitely things going into our marriage that we need to work on. You know, it's not just naturally going to happen to where we're like, oh, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be so perfect now. There's no perfect. There's no happily ever after. So I need the tools in order to learn how to be a good wife to him. Because right now, you know what I'm saying, we're roomies. No, I'm kidding.
No, I think I might.
Yeah, here in these streets.
Once y'all tie that knot, I think y'all gonna last because y'all went through the ups and downs and all that. A human being is so complex. People think it's just like so easy. Like the human brain, like you said, human body changes. People change, feelings
change, everything.
You know what I'm saying? There's too many variables to like, you know. Some people can get married in 6 months. Some people get married in a year. Some people can get married in 3. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then I see on your podcast, another thing on your podcast when you talked about how you go to other weddings, you go to other places, and people always ask you, are you married yet? And you know, it's
people
like,
always do that. I had brides walk up to me knowing my situation and been like, now you two should get married.
Yeah, like
you're like, and when you're the one waiting to be proposed to, it's very hurtful when people. I will never do that to somebody. At my wedding, I will not be making the rounds to let people know that they need to get married because that's their business. That's their fight.
But that's how I feel like marriage is marketed as like, you know, as a level in life. So like when people do it, they feel like they're above somebody. So like, I'm married now. You should get married too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instead of mind your fucking business.
Right.
And to be like, yo, you know what? I'm married. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Humans are. But people understand how human beings, men, women, how we connect, and we're all complex. You shouldn't be asking. Okay, because it works for me. That's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to understand that.
I don't know your personal situation. Maybe you're speaking from experience. But all I'm saying is like, you're more than likely. If me and him went to a wedding together, there was a fight on the way there about it, and there was a fight on the way home about it. Meaning like. So why the fuck can't you step up? Why can't you be that person? So having somebody come over and embarrass you at a table and be like, when are you two going to get married? That's what it's hard. You don't need other people getting involved in it because more than likely there was already that conversation. And there were those conversations for years. In fact, before we got engaged, like I had pretty much given up. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was at the point where and there was no threats. There was no threats. I understood what was happening in our relationship and who we were, and it, you know. But I had gotten to the point where I'm like, and because you start telling people too, I don't want to get married because you want to shut the conversation down quickly. So when someone says it to you, like I don't want to get married, you say quit, and they're like, oh, I thought you. Nope, I don't. Just shut the conversation down. So now that we're engaged, like, and me knowing all of that, I will never treat somebody like that, or because people's situations are their situations.
Exactly.
People figure their shit out and they stay in it or they don't stay in it based upon what they want for their life.
So why did you wait so long to pop the question, and what made you finally pop the question?
Well, I don't know. I just felt like it was time and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Again, we was, you know, we like I said before, we raised 5 kids. You know, we down to just, you know, 2 in the house right now. You know, it's not like a situation where it was, you know, we made a lot of sacrifices financially, emotionally, and everything for our children in order for them to progress and stuff. You know, so since now it's just kind of just me and Jenny on this end or whatever. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, this is what I want to do now. Again, I don't come from that environment. I don't come from that where you gotta be legally married. You know what I'm saying? But you have, you know what I'm saying? I know couples been together for years.
Right.
And shit, you know
and it was nothing. It was nothing,
You know what I mean? And that's what they was or whatever stuff. So even with like, you know, with her experience as far as people saying things at the wedding and why don't you, when are you gonna get married and when are you gonna do this or whatever stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I never really ever gave a fuck about what anybody else had to say.
But I did.
You know what I'm saying?
But I did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But I did.
So, you know, so there was never any type of pressure. I'm just built to not give a fuck and stuff. You know what I mean? So, but when I started saying, hey, this is, you know, something. This is my wife, my mother, my children are alive. I want to have some more fun or whatever. You know what I'm saying with her. And I said, you know what? It's time. And shit, and I took the appropriate steps. I met with the appropriate person, and
my friend Lisa.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. And I put a plan together and I executed it and stuff. You know what I mean? And again, this is my partner. This is my wife. I love her. So, you know what I'm saying? We got a love bubble here and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't in the damn love bubble, I don't really care about what you got to say. And stuff, you know
but I will also say, like, I think that also because of all the stuff that we had been through in our relationship, by the time we got engaged, it was because we had healed from a lot of the stuff that that had happened. You know, like there was if you watch our podcast, episode 6 is all about Vic's affair from years ago that I found out in 2013. And I forgave him on episode 6 on camera because my friend Giselle had said, you can't marry a man that you can't forgive. So I forgave him on episode 6. The point being, now we were in 2023 at the time, right? When we got engaged in January 2023. But even when he was planning, we were 9 years later after finding that out, right? So and it took that long. I mean, it really took that long for me to just recently forgive him because it's devastating when you find out somebody is doing that to you. And it changes your life and it changes who you are as a person. So I think that basically we needed to go through all of our stuff, work it out. It took years for us to actually be able to come back together, meaning we were living in the same house, raising our children, but it took years for us to finally get to the point where we could be friends again. So now we're in a good place 9 years later, and that's when he asked me to marry him, and that's why I said yes, because he's my best friend, and we're going to be together regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to marry him. Sorry, Craig.
Sorry, Craig. So you think it's the kids was the glue to the situation? If the kids was removed from the situation, you had no kids together, do y'all think y'all be where y'all at now?
No.
How old are the younger two? How old are the last two kids?
Now 13 and 20.
Okay.
20. Yeah, we would have not stayed together.
No.
Oh, y'all both said strong no.
No.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That was why we stayed together initially after everything, because we're like, for the kids, move back in. I wanted to work. You know what I'm saying? He was helping to manage my career. It was easier for me to have him there, which sounds crazy considering all the rift that was going on. Right. But because I wanted to do the things that I wanted to do, and he's a good father. He's an amazing father. If he was a shitty father, I would have been like, no, I'm good. But he's a great father, you know. So that was that. Initially, it just took years and years and years for us to finally get to where we wanted to be as a couple again.
Yeah. And on my end, when I referenced back to my father disappearing, the thing what happened with my father is he cheated on my mother, and my mother went over to his apartment and she threw a brick through his window and stuff. You know what I mean? And instead of him facing the consequences or whatever, he just decided to bounce on everything and stuff, and everything included me. And stuff, you know what I'm saying? So my mistake at the time or whatever and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I was very understanding and to know that how it can affect. Yeah, it was selfish of me and stuff, but that the effect that it can have on children and stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you don't push through and stuff on a mistake or whatever.
So you feel like if you would have separated from Jenny, you feel like you wouldn't be in your kid's life anymore? That's not.
No, I mean as far as raising them to progress. That's what life is about and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Again, like I told you before, my mother migrated up from Bainbridge, Georgia to New York and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That took her to one level and stuff like that. I grew up, I went to the third most violent high school in New York for many, many years, Theodore Roosevelt High School, but I was able to get into college and, you know what I'm saying, and I was able to get out in corporate America and also deal with this man, running around doing parties and getting paid. And so, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and meeting people and being, you know what I mean, I was able to elevate in order and get to my kids into great schools and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and the college. We got one daughter graduated from college, we got another daughter who got a real estate license, you know what I'm saying, we got another daughter, you know what I'm saying, who's very, very, very successful as far as modeling and you know what I'm saying, a son who's a carpenter, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, so we progress and we try to get them to do better, to elevate or whatever and stuff, you know. So my mistake and my selfishness of what I thought at the time and stuff, you know what I'm saying, was the right thing to do or whatever. I can't let the kids suffer for that, and that was both of our mentality.
But I think that people do need to also understand that when you do cheat on your spouse, you're actually taking time away from your family and your children, and you are hurting your whole family. You're not just hurting the person in your life that's your partner, you're hurting your children as well by taking that time away, missing out with them, you know what I'm saying, causing stress for the other person You know what I'm saying? Because when he was cheating on me, and I knew that shit was going on, like I knew, and I kept asking him, he don't want to, you know what I'm saying, confess, obviously, because he's
hold on.
Can I make my point?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. So the point is, like, when you're asking somebody, you're stressing me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So here I am, I have my career, my kids, everything, house, I'm doing all the shit, and now you causing extra problems in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got me chasing you. So the point is, I think people need to understand that, yes, when you cheat on the other person in your life, you're not just cheating on that person, you're cheating on your whole family. Right. You're messing up your whole family. And it changed the way the kids felt about him too.
So how did the kids know about that though? How did the kids know that he was cheating?
The kids are gonna know.
It came out.
I know it came out, but what I'm saying is, all right. So we're grown adults. So how? Hold on.
Very vocal about it.
You know what I'm saying?
But like that, you know what I'm saying?
So
an argument in the house, Frank. Her cussing him out.
Right, an argument in the house.
I found out. I seen.
Listen, at the end of the day,
Right?
we're not going to turn this into a public service announcement too much longer and stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whatever stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got caught or whatever.
When I found out, I handled it.
Let me handle this.
Okay.
One.
No, I handled. Let's just leave it like that. I handled it.
I got caught. I didn't run.
I handled it.
I got caught. Everybody knew. I didn't run. You know what I'm saying? And now here we are, years later. We're gonna get married. Gonna get engaged. This is the love of my life. Excuse me. We're engaged. We're gonna get married, and this is the love of my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And I will say this about. I will say this, and my friends always say this about him too. Like, he apologized to everyone.
Yeah,
my friends, my family. Because by the time I found out, it was done anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was over. I found some old text messages.
Yeah.
But he apologized to my friends and my family, and showed up. Meaning, like, would have been easier for him not to, right? And been like, I'll pick up my kids or whatever. He showed up for everyone at every situation. It was people, my mother standing over him like, you know, he was there. Yeah. So, and I have to say, like, I have to commend him for that, because that took a lot of guts. Everyone knew.
I got a thick skin.
I made sure everybody knew.
She's very vocal.
Yeah, I was very vocal. Everybody knew. Everybody knew. And how much that hurt me, because it tore me apart. It really hurt me. It was really devastating, because I never would have thought he had done that to me, but he did.
Yeah.
He did.
I did. I had my reasons at the time.
Yeah.
And stuff, but I know these reasons now, you know, were not the right reasons.
Right.
And stuff, you know what I mean? And we here.
Yeah. And now we're here.
That's it.
And now
we're still together.
We got a podcast.
Now y'all got a bag.
Y'all got the bad. Y'all monetizing.
Right.
Y'all monetizing y'all pain at the end of the day.
I don't think we're monetizing.
Not talking about, but y'all get broadcast. Y'all talking about it.
Y'all trying.
This is real life.
Y'all trying to get a check, goddamn.
But
Everything is the
American.
Everything about $1.
You know what I'm saying? But it's true, y'all. But it's a good thing at the same time, because people learn from this stuff.
Well, we want people to understand.
So why not make $1?
We want people to understand.
Yeah.
I want to say we have made no money off this podcast.
Not yet, of course, but this is a long. We in the podcast game too, so we understand how this shit goes. But this has potential to reach the big bag.
I say what stands us apart from a lot of other places, a lot of other podcasts, a lot of other couples, is we ain't putting on no act here. Obviously, everything we just told you happens.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we can't give you any advice, but we can talk about our own experiences, and maybe
you don't need no advice. You're giving experiences. That's advice. They're learning from real life.
And people too, like, especially women, man, they blame themselves when their partner cheats on them, and they feel ashamed about who they are, and they don't talk about it. And I just want people to understand, like, this shit happens all the time.
All the time.
Nothing is different. So, you know what? Feel free to talk about your relationship not being perfect. Talk, you know, open up to people. It's okay to admit your relationship is not perfect.
Yes.
It's okay, because there's no perfect relationship.
You upsetting Craig. He's like, Craig
looking over there. Craig, I thought you was married, but I guess you're not married.
God damn it, are we still?
I thought Craig was married. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was still married to this day. I didn't know what was going on. Craig, can you speak on that for me, please?
No, he's not gonna talk.
He's not gonna speak on it?
No.
Oh, we good. Okay.
Scope. Just come in and Scope.
Yo, Scope. Matter of fact,
just come in.
Sit in between.
No, have him come on your side.
Because my mic's not here. So listen, she got a mic, he got a mic. So Scope can sit in between them.
Scope, come on.
Scope, that's freaky. I don't know.
Let's go. Come on, Scope.
Scope is good.
Come on, Scope.
Scope is good.
He said don't sit on the table. It's a table right there.
I'm not gonna sit on the table. I'm right here with it.
Oh, you can pull over.
Get ready to point it at the table. You can one more. Boom.
On over here play, man.
Right there.
Shout out to Umuko for having us here. You know what I'm saying?
I got the mic right here.
Beautiful restaurant. A lot of things going on here. Good food, drinks,
Yeah.
and they turn to our next club on the weekends.
Yeah.
Come check them out. East Hartford. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, we getting tight with it.
Man.
Scope!
I got small with it.
Yes.
Had to be my big bro DJ Scope, man. You know, if it wasn't for my man DJ Scope, I always talk about him in a lot of interviews. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for my guy DJ Scope, my big bro, I probably wouldn't be here today. You see what I'm saying? Flowers is always given. We're not playing no games. It is what it is. You feel me? Scope, what is poppin' to my guy?
Ain't nothing. It's about the bad. I don't want no problems.
He already know.
No, but I will tell you, I'm learning as Jenny Boom Boom is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
For her to just pour out her feelings,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? I'm reciprocating that, and I'm trying to learn from it, and it's amazing. That's all I can say.
Thanks, Scope.
Come on now.
For you guys hanging in there for 23 years.
23 years and be able to put your life out
Ups
there.
and downs and still stay together.
a lot.
Because I'm so quick to be, I'm gone.
Yes,
I'm not playing.
That's
no
why I'm single
fucking
now.
game.
But there's some but that's the interesting thing too. There are some people that know they see red flags and they know when to leave. I don't know when to leave because my mother stayed with my father. My father's a very bad alcoholic, is super abusive. And so I didn't have a role model showing me how to leave. So I don't know how to leave, right? And then Vic, he just stuck on me like glue.
Yes.
And that's okay though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but again, was it the right decision? Maybe, I don't know. But now we know it was the right decision because we're going to move forward with our lives. But in the time when we got back together, that shit was hostile.
Yes.
It was hard.
Yes, we've already
It was hard.
We've already established that it was hard.
But the kids.
What's the
clue?
It's not like that. You know what I'm
You know what? I'm on the show to tell this right now. Right over. Here, take this. Take this ring.
The point is here, listen, Jenny Boom Boom is the queen of Connecticut hip hop radio, and she came up with an idea to do a podcast called Bad Marriage for Life, okay? How can you not watch that?
Right.
How can you not? Based off of who she is, based
That's
off
really
of,
nice,
you know what I'm saying? Based off of
you.
her reputation, based off of Hot 93.7, you know what I'm saying? Based off of DJ Craig G, you know what I'm saying? Based off of all of that. She has a podcast now called Bad Marriage for Life.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Listen.
That's my hype man. You gonna get some.
That's the manager. That's the manager right there.
Yeah. And we love Scope. And shit, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
That's what we talking
But
about.
no.
We love Scope, we love Craig.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but I definitely give it to you guys because I wouldn't even want to be in the dating world right now if I was you guys. Like, you guys been together, like, stay together. Like, for me, as a single person, dating right now, there's piss in the pool. There's shit in the pool. There's all type of garbage in the pool. So if you got somebody, work it out.
Thank you.
Work it out.
You know what? We're into polyamory, so if you want to join us, let's try it.
Oh, man.
I like you, but no.
Auditions on Tuesdays.
Yo, I heard you on the phone earlier talking about scissors and all type of extra shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, well, no, that was somebody asked me if I scissor, and I said, yes, I have in the past.
I'm like, whoa, okay.
But no,
well, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and then you said that, you know, both of y'all might have had like an extra female in the game. I was understanding what was going on, so I think you had to clarify that for me.
No.
Okay, mature. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just, I don't know.
I called Frank earlier, like, yo, Frank. So I had somebody text me earlier and was like, do you see yourself as a submissive woman?
Ew.
And I'm like, he texted me that. So I said, Frank, would you ever text a female and ask a female that? He was like, do you think that's a conversation to have through text?
Nope.
Well, are you a submissive woman?
I could be to the right person.
Like sexually, you mean, or day to day?
Whatever. If it's the right person.
Day to day includes everything. Day to day is sexually and this.
If it's the right person,
No, I mean day to
could.
day. I mean like cooking, taking care of your man type thing. Because you know.
Yes, I could be. you're the right person.
She's perfect for you.
Right.
If
So
you're the
I
right
think
person.
I think the problem was he texted you that. That's you know what I'm saying. That was the issue. He was supposed to like ask you like question with some like Anthony Hamilton going.
Not even a good morning.
And the candle
Not even a good
light.
morning.
Not even a good morning. Just straight to the.
Was it all caps? Oh,
Yeah, that's when he was supposed to ask that question. No, he wasn't supposed to do that by text and stuff. Yeah.
I was like,
What's the smoothest text you ever sent, Craig?
Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful.
Craig be like, you are my woman, I make love to you constantly.
Scope is
I learned so much new things about Craig and you guys. Tonight was a learning experience for me. I learned a lot.
I used to say, don't you know who I am?
Yeah, oh God.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my God.
And I would say now they're gonna spit in our food because they know who we are.
Nah, Craig used to hold up a mixtape and said that was his calling card. Is that like that? Oh shit,
Oh my God, you guys are hilarious.
Shout out to my guy, man, Craig G. I used to call Craig G mixtapes back in the day, winter jams, all type of shit going on.
He's got the fuck.
I used to bring them to. Sometimes I used to bring them to the club to him and show him. I still got your mixtapes, remember? Right? I used to bring them to the club. I got them. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You know what I mean?
Good times, bro.
Good motherfucking time.
That's why like I say with Bad Match for Life, you know, like she mentioned earlier, we got a reality show and we got the podcast. Podcasts are marketing and promotion, you know what I'm saying? And again, we also have a mixtape which was put together by DJ Craig G and DJ P Nights. It's Bad Match for Life mixtape volume 1. We also we have volume 2 coming out soon in like the next 2 weeks. Basically that's all R&B best top floor blends and stuff, R&B blends that we're putting out, and then we're coming back around with a Spanish with Spanish Bad Match for Life mixtape volume 3 is going to be all Latin merengue, and then we're going all reggae for volume 4 and stuff, you know. So on volume 1 we jumped it off with Scooter Don, who's from New Haven, Connecticut, and Corey Guns and stuff. We got a lot of people on that mixtape.
Justina Valentine, my friend.
Justina Valentine is on there. We got DJ Chubby Chubb, we got DJ Green Lantern, DJ Mark the Spot Technician, DJ Big Mike the Ruler, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, family or whatever and stuff like that we've known a very, very, very long time.
That's what's so good. That's what's so good about this podcast and this project is, you know, one of Vic's really good friends, Saheem, that he grew up with in the Bronx, who is an incredible filmmaker, made our reality show. One of our really good friends, Melvin Cabrera, who we've known forever, he's an incredible filmmaker too. He's our podcast person. He's our producer, right? So it's a family affair for us for this whole project. Then you enter Craig and P Nice for the mixtape side, you know. Everyone that we work with is somehow affiliated with us family-wise. And so it's been a really nice project to be able to, there's no strangers in the game, but, you know, being able to work with our family because we have such talented people around us to all, you know, do these projects together and hopefully in the future break some bread together. You know.
It's organic here.
How many episodes have you guys shot of the reality, and what, I know you said that you focus on the podcast now, but do you plan on pushing the reality show anymore?
We're still in talks with people for the reality show.
That's a different type of meeting. That's a meeting for the meeting. We're
still in the process of selling the reality show.
How many episodes?
We have multiple episodes done that have been
so like
sent out to people.
A season worth.
We have enough footage for a season. We don't have episodes all done. Like
we have a lot of footage. We have over 400 hours worth of footage.
Yeah, but we have 28 episodes from the podcast done.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long? When did y'all start the podcast? When?
We started it last fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After we finished shooting for the reality
22?
show. Yeah.
No,
23.
23.
Yeah. Last fall. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have 28 episodes out.
Yeah. That's it. And again, like we're on the Odyssey app. And stuff you can listen
all
to
streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms.
And on YouTube. Bad Marriage for Life.
Yeah, you know, we got the if you scan the QR code, you can find all our social media on there on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all of that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can the mixtape. You can find it on SoundCloud on the Top Floor app and stuff. Which you download that, you know what I'm saying? You'll see big DJ Craig G over there and stuff, you know, so.
Then I haven't watched the episode, but do you guys have other couples join you guys as well?
So that's, okay, so starting the season, yes. So many people have asked to be on the show with us, yes. And also we're going to have artists joining us in the next couple episodes too. So.
Because your connections are long. Your network.
I do, yeah.
Your network.
I just had a DJ Franchise. Shout out to DJ Franchise.
Yes.
Franchise Report.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, Denny Boom Boom, you and Denny Boom Boom."
Yeah, I've been around a long time.
I see.
But I will say this, okay? So with the artist interviews, because I've done a million interviews over the years. I've interviewed just about everybody. But with this type of subject matter,
it's different.
It's so different. And so we've been, when we talk to people and approach them, they're like kind of hesitant, like, what do we have to talk about? What do we have to,
right.
And, what I really want to know about from artists is how do they maintain a relationship? I mean, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
So we do have some interviews coming up with artists, and other couples have been asking to be on the show to talk about their own experiences. So, and I think that a lot of these couples will find it to be harder than they think it is to talk about it. But I'm looking forward to hearing people's stories, and that's coming up. Yeah.
What about
this season?
What about the singles? You got a lot of single people asking too? Can we
single people are asking to be on to talk about their own experiences and why they choose to be single at this point. So why you want to come on?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you gotta come on.
We gotta come on and
I'm
talk.
single, she's single, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to be together?
No.
Okay.
No, we started off as a
couple?
No.
You're banging? You're banging?
No.
Is that banging?
No.
No.
She's like.
Jenny, you gonna throw a little.
No. We didn't get along at first because I made a comment about Springfield's rappers, and he just had to show me that what Springfield has to offer. So from then
I had to bring my top spitters up there to really go crazy.
Every time I'd be at an event, he would invite me to one of his events, or I would see him at an event, and it only made sense that I was outside, he was outside, so let's get together and do
good. I like
platform.
That. That's awesome.
Because I've been doing interviews before the podcast, so it's only right for me to even start a podcast. You know what I'm saying? And she's been doing interviews, so it's just like.
That's dope.
So people think we're together all the time. They be like, "Oh, I know you guys." No. We are not together. We are not.
Maybe one day.
No.
But you know what? I didn't even get to tell you because Vic interrupted me because he interrupts me all the time. But when you brought up the fact that he was the fattest person I ever had sex with, he was, and I never forget he got undressed and I saw his body and I'm like, oh my god, okay, like how am I gonna handle this big kahuna? Like I got this guy. Kahuna. No.
Sexy with it.
He was much bigger at the time. Like this is not even big for Vic. Like Vic was humongous. Vic was humongous. Craig was humongous too. They were both humongous. But they both slimmed down.
Everybody knows.
Craig's mad at me, but you were.
Craig was like, I don't give a fuck. I knew I was fat.
It's like top 100 humongous list next week.
Okay, can I tell my story?
Yeah, tell your story, girl.
So Vic gets undressed and I'm like, and so this is gonna be the first time we're gonna have sex, okay? And we're like in a hotel because Vic used to stay in hotels all the time.
I used to stretch out.
And so we ended up like he gets over here and like, can I tell you this man for being like, and he was like, I'm telling you, so much bigger at the time. He's got super moves.
Yes, I do.
And I was like, God damn. And I was like, this is like,
he was Magic Mike.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Magic Mike, but
Turned her out.
More like Bruce Leroy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like and honestly, at the end of the day, like as much as I talk a lot of shit about stuff, like I hadn't really ever had like a lot of sex with people. Like I really hadn't. I had my baby's father. I have 3 babies' fathers, but I've been in long-term relationships. Before Vic, I was in a relationship for 7 years. Right now we've been together 23. Like I don't like. I'm not out there in the world like having sex randomly, freely and shit. Right. But my point is, when I had sex with him, I was like, God damn, like he's a keeper.
Yes,
so I said earlier that you were the fattest person I ever had sex with, but boy, he was like. And I'll tell you something too, like his going down skills.
Oh, he put it down on
I was
you.
Like,
put it down on you.
I was like this. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I watched a lot of porn as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that. No, I was that kid. I'm gonna tell you. No, my masturbation at 13 was
Jesus Christ.
I'm talking about morning, before school, after school. You know what I'm saying? After come back in the house. And shit, you know what I'm saying?
Your hamper was full of dirty socks?
Yeah, it was crazy. Dirty socks. No, man. Let it go. Let it flow. You know what I'm saying? I did all that.
So, yes,
Yes, it's beautiful. New stuff, But I was flexible. Yes, I was big. But you know what I'm saying. But the thing about me was that people was fucked up with is that I could drop kick a motherfucker quick.
Yeah, he can still put his head over. He can kick up into the air.
I can kick over motherfuckers' head. Craig, am I lying, Craig?
100% true.
Yes. 100%. But you would never know.
Show everybody now on camera.
No, absolutely not. I had a total knee replacement injury years ago. Not gonna do that.
So anyway, thank you for having us on the show.
All right, I have one last question though. Thank you guys for coming, but I have one last question.
Yeah.
This question is always something that I ask.
Okay.
Mental health.
We don't have it.
No.
Nah.
What do you guys do? What do you guys do?
We're going to therapy, and I go to yoga. I have very bad anxiety, believe it or not. People are always surprised by that because they're like, "How do you go get on stage in front of 10,000 people and talk, or be on the radio all day?" And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm good at that. That's my thing. But I do have very bad anxiety. So the way that I deal with that is I try to exercise and I do yoga. Like I love hot yoga. I do hot yoga.
Okay.
So that's and the therapy is helping. So
me, I'm heavy into guided meditation. You know what I'm saying? I stretch a lot of breathing. You have to take a break. You have to take a pause in life. You know what I'm saying? If you're always constantly in it, you know what I'm saying, you'll be going really, 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 really fast or whatever. Next thing you know, you're gonna wind up, you don't know where the fuck you at and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So meditation and breathing technique, and I'm not talking about like, going to wherever for like an hour, 3 hours or whatever, something like that. I'm talking about like sometimes 15 minutes in your car and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I got 15 minutes in the living room, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, just to reset and stuff, you know what I mean? And just get it gives you a clear perspective on how to move out here and shit, because the world is crazy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I always say to people all the time, life is so not funny, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say we are working on ourselves and on our mental health, so.
Yeah, that's
and hopefully by the time we finally have our wedding, we'll be okay.
You guys will be fine. You guys will be fine.
You're good.
You guys will be fine. Y'all made it this long. Y'all gonna make it another 83 years together.
Yeah, goddamn it, I'm 83. I'll take that shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in the Jetson stages then.
Craig, if Vic dies before me and you can be together.
Wait, is Craig the best man? Are you the best man? No.
He got some other rules.
Y'all is talking too fucking crazy.
He got some other rules.
I got entertainment rules.
Yeah,
entertainment rules. I got that.
Actually, our best man is our youngest, my son Max.
Okay.
That's his best man. He's 13.
So he's my best man. So
Yes.
Okay. And Lisa, your friend is your is Lisa? That was your best friend?
Oh, Lisa's one of my bridesmaids.
Okay.
Mostly it's our daughters.
I got a big wedding party on my end. He just got a couple people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well. This has been an interesting episode.
Well, thank you, and thanks for having us. This is the first interview I've ever done that was not on the news channel. So.
Yeah. You get to really talk your shit.
No, yes, I can curse. I can curse.
And can do what you want yourself, all that.
It's not 3 minutes. You gotta go.
Yeah.
I do, but I will say I do welcome all of those interviews and thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Because I'm good at that. I know how to do that.
And usually my last question is about forcing to win. A forced to win story from both of y'all, but I don't think we need that tonight because y'all both forced to win as far as a couple.
Right.
Y'all went through ups and downs and still triumph to be on top right now. Y'all engaged and about to get married. You know what I'm saying? So y'all already proved to me y'all forced to win already.
Yeah.
Y'all winning. And y'all putting y'all story out for the people to learn from what you guys went through to you know what I'm saying? So y'all already forced to win.
That's the forced to win right there. The bad marriage for life.
Bad marriage for life. Y'all already forced to win. Y'all did what you did because this is what it is. Coming from the bottom, get trapped in the corner, and you have to force to win. What do you do to force to win? And y'all already proved that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to y'all.
Appreciate it.
Y'all still working, but y'all overworked. Y'all did it.
Goddammit and shit, you know.
But y'all did more than work in progress. This is 23 years of work in progress. Y'all did it, and y'all going to the top. Positive vibes.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
I just want an RV.
You know, right? I do too. I
want an RV.
You know what I'm saying? I want an RV too. You know what I'm saying? But, this is the Force to Win podcast. Everybody who's watching, you know what I'm saying? We here. Jenny Boom Boom Hot 937, Big Vic top floor, DJ Scope Infrared Fam, DJ Craig G on the top floor. We here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, shout out to the whole New England, the whole hip hop scene out here, Connecticut, Mass, wherever we at, we here.
We here.
You know?
Wow.
100.
And if you want to be our girlfriend, just
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Tuesdays, 3 p.m.